Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Denver, where we'll see the Nuggets going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And guys, for the Grizzlies, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. And the Nuggets, a team that made some noise last night. Hey, it's a lot of noise. Hey, hold it down over there, you Nuggets. But Kenny, as we've seen, it's hard to get over the hump in the West.
Well, they're not far away, but sometimes that last level is the hardest to reach because then you have to build a little bit more character, a little bit more patience, but luckily they have a true star to build around in Jokic.
And they also have a strong supporting cast, good depth. But barring a miracle, you need multiple superstars to grab a title.
You know who else makes a lot of noise?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan. Hey, Kevin Harlan. Hey, great. Knock it off, Kevin.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. D.A., take it away.
We all witnessed the Nuggets making a big leap last season. Coach Mike Malone said, when you miss the playoffs 2 years in a row and your defense is bottom 5, something's got to give. Our guys deserve all the credit. We didn't come up with a grand master plan. We do what we do, but harder, better, and for longer stretches. Kevin?
Just putting in the extra work. All right, thanks, David. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats from Murray.
And he's lost some of his feel for the three-point shot. It's been a tough month for him from long range compared to earlier in the season, and now he might be starting to press, which can lead to even more problems.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant and Allen at the guard spots. Gorgie Dang is out there with Winslow, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, down low. And for the Nuggets, Grant down low with Jokic. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton, and it's Porter in at the 3, the small forward. Mark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. No good from Valanciunas. Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
The speed and athleticism of Barton, superb. So venomous on these drives to the rim. Take that, fellas.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
And, fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Now the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Allen's shot is off. Grant outside. Passes it to Murray. Here's Barton. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Winslow up top. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Valanciunas. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
Tries again. And the rejection by Jang. Allen against Barton. Allen kicks to Winslow. Now Jang. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
The Nuggets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. On defense, Memphis. Porter passes to Barton. And here's Jokic, defended by Allen. Here's Grant.
And that's Jang affecting the shot. Nice timing defensively. This guy's a well-rounded player in my mind. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with him. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Now here's Winslow. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And last year, a bit of a pivot for Justice Winslow in terms of his game. Found one of the better ways he could contribute to the team is through his developing playmaking skills.
And for Winslow, he filled in at the point when Dragic was injured last season.
And Winslow looked really comfortable in that playmaking role. We know he struggled with his shooting, but when he can contribute with his passing, it adds another layer to his game.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, despite the bittersweet ending for the Nuggets, what a great year that team had. Won their division and finished second in the West. Outstanding season that had them falling out in the second round. But nonetheless, kudos to the Nuggets.
Both good from the line that time. Hey, Clark, and with the Nuggets, what a series it was against the Blazers.
And, you know, arguably, guys, I think the most exciting series of the postseason. A Game 7 and a 4 overtime game. I remember staying up. I couldn't believe that I continued to stay up for that game. It was just that good, even though the hour was late in the East. I think the Nuggets can keep their heads up high, and they're going to be a factor in the West going forward. You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Here's Barton. Connects on the 17-footer. Barton's got his second basket of the night.
A strong offensive player. I mean, can't give Barton these kinds of opportunities because he's going to cash in from there.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Grant, good defense by Jokic.
Boy, that is awesome defense. Finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
He is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Memphis trailing here. Allen outside. The pass to Valanciunas. A second chance effort. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
Electric in the air. There's a certain energy that Morant generates that others simply don't have.
Now here's Barton. He had 15 points last outing. Jokic on top. Murray outside. The 3. Rebound by Jang. Grizzlies shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Allen, that's good. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Barton outside. Pass to Jokic. This one for three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jang's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Allen dishes to Winslow. Pass to Valanciunas. Over Porter. And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Winslow. Valanciunas has got 5 points so far.
You know what? Struggling a little bit, but I do command the effort. 2 of 8 from the field. Let's see if that one gets him going.
Barton surveying the floor. Passes to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Jokic with the steal. And Jokic throws it down.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
Memphis leading. Morant kicks to Valanciunas. Knocks it loose. Barton against Allen. Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And here we can check out the story on Jonas Valanciunas. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 12th in rebounding, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
And so Allen will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. The pass to Valanciunas. Back to Allen. Barton with some nice D.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
To the middle, Grant. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. High post shot. And it's Morant missing.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night. A hand in your face on every jumper. There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
And stolen by Murray. Floats it up for Jokic. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Anderson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Josh Jackson comes in for Winslow. Brooks checked in for Allen. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, for backup point guard Tyus Jones, you love the way he plays defense. I mean, comes in and buzzes around, creates a lot of havoc, forces turnovers, great hands, and quick feet.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Morris against Jones. Puts it up. Plumlee, no luck. And with Jones and his defense, he plays well and doesn't foul.
Yeah, you know, that's an impressive ratio when you look at it, Kevin. Last season, Jones had more steals than fouls and was close to 1-to-1 in that category. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's elite company. You're in the neighborhood of guys like Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler, and we know how good those all-stars are.
Tips it. It's good on the putback. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Craig. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Morris with the bucket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And here's Jones. Pass to Brooks from deep. Doesn't go for him. And Denver the other way now. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
And here are the Nuggets now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Morris outside. Kicks it to Plumlee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Harris over Brooks. And Harris gets it to go on the assist from Plumlee. Harris has got it all tied up now for the Nuggets. Memphis is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Jones against Morris. Here's Jackson. That one, no good. Plumlee with some nice D. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Passes it to Craig. 1:43 left in the first quarter. And the rejection by Jackson.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Now, here's Vonleh. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Clark, he's checked in for Jang. 1:10 left in the first. Jones finds Clark. Brooks with it. Jones looking for an opening. And the pass to Clark. Memphis moving it around. Shot clock at 5. Count it. Good.
Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
The Nuggets trail. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Morris passes to Plumlee. It's rebounded by Memphis. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Clark. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. That will count. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
A rugged, determined defender. Seeing Harris's hustle and using his quickness on this end, man, I like that.
It's all tied in Denver. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Gary Harris is out there with Morris. Then there's Plumlee. Then there's Vonleh. And it's Craig in at the small forward. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Now here's Anderson. Jones for three. Connects from three-point range. Jones has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Grizzlies. The Nuggets trail by 3.
Well, the Nuggets were a surprise team to many last year, but they look poised to be good for a long time.
I could not agree with you more. They were the youngest team in the Western Conference, guys, in terms of the playoffs, and they've got a solid salary cap situation. This could be the start of a golden age for the Nuggets, pun intended.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
The first free throw is good. Clark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams. But, you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. Now here's Plumlee. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And, you know, you look at Monte Morris, this former Iowa State Cyclone, really an ideal option as a backup point guard because he's efficient and gets a lot done in limited playing time.
And the first one at the line is good. And Morris, Clark, a second-round pick in 2017. He came alive in his sophomore season.
I love the fact that he got his chance and he made the most of it, Kevin. He showed great poise and awareness, excellent in terms of his shot selection, and was highly productive as a scorer and playmaker off the bench.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Jones with it. He's got 5. Anderson with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. Here's Valanciunas. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
For Memphis, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, Ja Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
Valanciunas hits them both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Now, here's Jokic. 26 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Here's Brooks after the Nuggets pick up 2. Fires from 14, and that one hits back iron.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I love the way Gary Harris has played early in his career, but I think last season was solid, but a step back from what he was hoping for. His scoring and shooting dipped, and he just couldn't seem to find the consistency that he wanted all season long.
The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
No good on the free throw. And for Harris, not the way he wanted to start the first year of his 4-year deal.
And, you know, given that he was in and out of the lineup and fighting injuries, I don't think it's something that he should worry about. I mean, Harris is still an outstanding player. He's got tremendous upside, and I think he's going to be outstanding as he grows in the league.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jeremy Grant comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's Michael Porter in for Morris.
This guy, Gary Harris, is a player on the rise. I love how confident he is. He knows he belongs in this league.
Here's Clark. Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas. Lays it up and banks it in. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Morant with the steal. And the call up against Jokic. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his 2nd foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
Martin's checked in for the Nuggets. Here's Morant. And it's sent back by Jokic. Feeds it to Porter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
And he makes the first.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots, loves to take it inside.
Barton outside. Porter looking it over. He dishes it to Murray. Wide open shot is on the money. Murray's got his first bucket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Morant following the score by Jamal Murray. There's Winslow up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
Outside, Porter. Allen against Barton. To the wing right side. Here's Murray. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And stolen by Barton. Murray for 3. Here's Grant. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Allen. 14 points from him the last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. No good from Valanciunas. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Here's Grant. Second shot opportunity. Shoots from the right block. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got the lead up to 3 now for Denver.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
And Memphis making a change here. Zhang's checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Pass to Morant. With the teardrop. And it's Denver with the rebound. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Barton finds Murray. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Murray's got 4 this quarter.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Stolen by Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And here are the Grizzlies now after the Nuggets pick up 2. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now. You know, you look at Jamal Murray, and this guy just seems to be a natural scorer. Has no problem scoring the basketball from anywhere and all angles. Has tremendous confidence at the offensive end. And guys, I think he's just scratching the surface.
First one falls for him. And with the way Murray scores, Clark, he's a great fit for the Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin, because the team has plenty of playmakers and guys like Jokic, and that takes some of the playmaking pressure away from Murray. It allows Murray to simply just focus on what he does best, which is put the ball in the basket.
And so Murray nails both of them.
And Murray has a full package. I mean, he's a deadly shooter and a surprisingly good penetrator, too. A terrific guard.
Pass to Morant. On the wing, Winslow. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Grant. It's Barton on the wing. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Clark, one thing that makes Will Barton so good is that he fits right in among any group of players.
And I like the pace he plays with, guys. He doesn't seem to force the issue. He lets the game come to him, and when he has opportunities to explode, he usually does. He's always moving. He's active at both ends. He's a high-quality performer.
The first one falls. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
All right, a chance to take a look at some stats for Murray. His last 10 games, 18th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And his shooting form at the line has been outstanding. Economical release, fully extends on the follow-through. He can close games for you.
Just so smooth pulling up there off the dribble. Porter terrific at being unpredictable and knowing when to take that shot.
And it's Morant missing.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
The drive by Jokic for 3, Murray, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Allen inside, Barton defending. Allen outside. He kicks to Morant. 5 on the clock. The pass to Jang. From deep three-point range, and it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Grant. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Grant's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nuggets. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Allen passes to Valanciunas. Now the dish to Morant. Doubled by Murray. 5 to shoot. Pass to Valanciunas. Looking to end the run. And it's sent back by Jokic.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And this is where Barton does his eating. Deep inside. Leaping with ease to punch it home.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. And that one's good, Morant.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Here's Grant, following the basket by John Morant. Back to Grant. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Barton, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
You know, Barton is a sinewy, mobile guard. I mean, he's tough to defend without fouling because of how slick and slippery he is.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. That free throw good from Barton.
You know, one of the things that's fun to watch, guys, is the evolution of a player, and Barton has really evolved into a solid player. Even though he was a second-round pick, he's come a long way.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Vonleh comes in for Jeremy Grant. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Murray. He doesn't get the second one. Well, as much as Gorgui Dieng does on the court, he'll be remembered, Clark, by many for his off-the-court contributions.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly there. Dieng has revamped hospitals in his home country of Senegal, as well as sent thousands upon thousands of meals back to his homeland. I mean, you can't say enough about what this man has done for others. And that really is a measure of influence, maturity, and leadership. Great, great impact being made by Dieng off the court.
And he knocks down the first one.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Harris is checked in. And one area, Clark, that Mason Plumlee doesn't get enough credit in is his playmaking. He does a great job at that as a center.
I could not agree with you more. He's an outstanding passer, but when you're playing with Jokic, you sometimes get overlooked in terms of how well he passes it. But he does a good job and is really solid off the bench. Plumlee moves well, he's active, and he's a rim protector defensively, too.
Here's Vonleh. And the rejection by Dieng.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Dieng, given his size and wingspan.
Passes it to Anderson. Outside Jackson, beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Vonleh. Denver leading by 14. Harris with it. Jones covering. And the wide open shot from Morris. And another miss by Denver.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
There's Jackson with the 3. Here's Dieng. The shot missing. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Craig. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Inside, here's Vonleh. Rebound by Dieng. Dieng's got 11 rebounds in the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jones finds Brooks. Outside, Jones. Here's Jackson, and it's sent back by Plumlee. And they'll keep possession. And there it is for him. Brooks has got 5. And we've reached halftime in this one. Nuggets lead by 12. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was all theirs. Major uptick in offensive and defensive intensity as they did their jobs with precision, now sitting on a comfortable 12-point lead at the half. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Morant and Allen at the guard spots. Gorgie Dang is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Winslow in at the 3 slot.
Boy, you got to like how locked in Jokic is on offense now. His confidence is sky high, and he believes he can score on anybody, anytime.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Now here's Morant. Jang, the pass to Valanciunas. Now Winslow. From deep. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Grant, and he uses the glass on the layup. 10 points for him.
And Grant really embraces contact, relishes it, as a matter of fact. He has no fear going to the rim or going into a shot.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Morant passes to Winslow. Floats one. Good defense by Jokic. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game.
And even at 6'5", that's not a giant by any means. Murray elevates high inside for these buckets. He's a high percentage shooter down low for sure.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Morant missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
The Grizzlies trail by 20. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. High arcing shot, and he sinks the layup. Morant's got 8 points.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
And there's the pass to Jokic. Winslow with it, now guarded by Barton. Poked away. Murray right side. And the rejection by Jang. Morant passes to Valanciunas. And now it's time to look at our rookie leaderboard and see which of the first-year players are tops in assists during the last month. Ja Morant is second.
And he's been setting the table beautifully. I mean, that'll keep his veteran teammates really happy.
Greg, he's a fantastic facilitator. I mean, just makes everyone around him better with the willingness to play unselfishly. Well, it's been a great month for him.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Valanciunas hits them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Grant kicks to Porter. It's rebounded by Memphis. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Man, what a season it was for the Nuggets and Coach Mike Malone. He helped the Nuggets move into elite status in the West. You know, they went from out of the playoffs in 2018 to second in the West in 2019.
To the paint, here's Grant. And again, Denver no good. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Over in the corner, Allen. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And Clark, the media recognizing Malone by naming him a Coach of the Year finalist.
Well, you think about the way the Nuggets defense improved last year. It's testimony to Mike Malone and his attention to detail, particularly at the defensive end. The roster's all in on Malone as their leader, and that means the Nuggets are going to be a force for a while.
Now here's Barton. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Grant the pass to Jokic. Back to Grant. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Grant's got 12 in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Morant. 10 points for him. Lets it go from 11. They get it back. Valanciunas, and it's good. 2 points. 13 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
No good from Grant.
Clearly, the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Here's Allen. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Denver?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
That free throw good from Allen. Here's Murray. He's got 8. To the inside. Jokic kicks to Grant. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
Man, that is almost the perfect arc on that mid-range J from Grant. You can see evidence of the work he's put into improving that jump shot of his.
Now here's Morant. He's got 10. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Murray. Now the feed to Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Well, I like the fact that Grant has steadily, throughout his career, worked on expanding his offensive game. It's really difficult for defenses to match up with his activity.
The Grizzlies trail by 13, and the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Nuggets, Plumlee, he's checked in for Grant. Harris comes in for Porter, and Morris subbed in for Barton. Memphis also making some changes. Josh Jackson's checked in for Winslow, and it's Dylan Brooks in for Allen. Here's Morant. Morris with the block. And here is Harris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Back to Jokic. Harris outside. A 3 ball. And Jokic throws it down.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive board.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Knocked away. Morris passes to Jokic. Back to Morris. No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Brooks dishes to Clark. Moves back up. And it's sent back by Jokic. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. Tyus Jones comes in for Morant. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You take a look at Jokic. He's got a place in the starting lineup as it stands now. He's at number 5 in the Western Conference.
And I really feel like the fans got it right. A lot of players are having big seasons in the West, and he's right up there with the best of them.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Going to be a fantastic weekend. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Denver. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season. And, of course, the Memphis Grizzlies. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Yeah, and it's too bad, really unfortunate, because I did think the potential was there. But at this stage, I think we've seen their best, and it's not going to be good enough this season.
Jackson misses. Denver leading by 15.
Well, for Josh Jackson, not really the sophomore season he was hoping for. Didn't take a major leap forward and saw him fighting for reserve minutes at times.
Now, here's Jokic. 16 points for him. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And another miss by Denver. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Here's Brooks. The shot from the low post is good. Brooks has got 7 points in the game. And with Jackson, Greg, they just need to see more from him.
The upside, it's still there for Jackson, but nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. He needs to keep working on his game to live up to the lofty draft expectations.
Harris's shot is good.
You can tell Gary Harris is thinking of firing that shot even as the pass is coming his way.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Putting up a goose egg, bagels this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Well, Clark, one thing you have to respect about Jamal Murray is how intense of a competitor he is.
And you can't substitute competitive spirit, Kevin. It's a great attribute to have, and you see that in how he's improved his game year to year. I mean, he loves being in the spotlight, going up against the game's big name guards, and he doesn't shy away at all. That's a credit to him.
First free throw is good. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. And so Murray nails both of them. And it's Jones with the ball for Memphis. They trail by 18. Pass to Clark. All sorts of time. No good on that one. And the Nuggets going the other way.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And here's Harris from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Anderson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
He feeds it to Clark. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Harris, right side. Right wing. Here's Murray. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. That's 12 points for Jamal Murray.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Grizzlies trail by 20. Outside, Jones. Anderson outside. Pass to Clark. Dishes it to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Over Plumlee to stop the run. And that one's good by Clark.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Murray against Brooks. Plumlee with it. No points in the game yet for him. Murray, the pass to Plumlee. Over Clark. And Plumlee kicks to Murray. Drains the three-pointer. And the Nuggets lead by 21.
Boy, Murray has such a soft ball. I mean, he shoots a soft shot, especially from deep where he is automatic.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Down low, here's Anderson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Anderson's got his second bucket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now, here is Morris. 8 points for him. Murray, no good. And it's Noah Vonleh with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Morant in for Dillon Brooks. The Grizzlies trail by 19. We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. And that one's good, Morant.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
Jones against Morris. And Jones over to help. Here's Vonleh. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Grizzlies shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Morant passes to Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, he's already got a nice interior game, Kevin, but Jackson, I think, is only going to get better and better.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the third. And the rejection by Jang. Harris inside the line. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Here's Morant. 14 points for him. That one misses for Anderson. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And so it's the Denver Nuggets taking a 19-point lead into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action after this word. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Grant. Harris is out there with Monte Morris. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Vonleh in at the 4-man position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. The Nuggets leading by 17. Now, here is Morris. Now Plumlee. Six to shoot. Here's Grant. Misses off the right iron.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And here's Jang. Passes it to Morant. There's the triple. Vonleh with the rebound. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The first free throw is good. And the Nuggets with some changes. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Plumlee. And Barton subbed in for Gary Harris. And Memphis also making a switch. Winslow's checked in for Anderson. And Morris drops them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Jang finds Jackson. Rebound by the Nuggets. Grant, right side. Over Allen. From in close. Grant with the bucket, getting it done inside. And the Nuggets lead by 21.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice, soft touch inside.
Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Jackson. Porter with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And finished off by Porter.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Grizzlies have gone 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Morant kicks to Zhang. He dishes it to Winslow. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Jokic, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. And Memphis also making a switch. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. Here's Barton. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one's on Morant. That free throw good from Barton. And so he makes both from the line. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. They get it back. And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Here's Morant. Michael Porter making his last shot. Allen outside. Inside. In the corner, Winslow with it. Buries the long-range jumper. Winslow's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here's Jokic. Morris with the ball. It's Barton on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Morant with the rebound.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
But for a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
That free throw, no good.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Jang keeps himself in peak physical condition. Low body fat percentage, and I think that's a byproduct of spending time at Louisville. Fanatic for that kind of stuff.
Good on the second free throw. Here is Daniels. Knocked loose. Melton's shot is good. And here are the Nuggets now. Here's Craig. Kicks to Daniels. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. Or the league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And the first one drops. Grayson Allen's checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Melton. Both shots good from the stripe. Denver leading by 18. Murray outside. Pass to Grant. Back to Murray. On the wing, Porter. Clock at 6. And again, Denver no good. Memphis with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. And it's Morant missing. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And Harris gets it to go on the assist from Porter. Porter's got assist number 5 here tonight. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. The NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
And the shooting percentage, it's taken a dip in this second half. Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
It's stolen by Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Harris is a terrific athlete, and once he gets room to take off, he soars towards the hoop.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. The baseline J. And he hits the jumper for 2. And that's 18 points for John Morant. The Nuggets leading by 22. Murray, the pass to Porter. Now Jokic. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Now here's Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. Clark, for a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Morant comes with the double team. Over to the wing. Here's Grant. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Feeds to Morant. Murray with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
He gets that one. Porter's got 8 points here in this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's Allen. Michael Porter making his last shot. They get a hand on it. Pass to Valanciunas. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Grant. Harris outside. Now the pass to Porter. Murray outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Here's Porter. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists tonight.
Surveying the floor, Gary Harris recognizes when his teammates have open looks and gets it to him.
And so here's Memphis. Now Winslow. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about it, market size, nightlife for some guys is important. Business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles. Season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here is Murray. Harris looking it over. To the middle. Jokic draws the double. Back to Harris. Pass to Jokic. He kicks it to Harris. Over Allen. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. And that sends Valanciunas to the free throw line. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Denver with the ball. They have a 19-point lead. Pass to Jokic. Out to Harris. Back to Jokic. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
And, you know, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Now here's Morant. It's hauled in by Jokic. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. To the paint. And the dunk by Grant.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Denver.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Jokic.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
And the second free throw, good. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available, and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Melton. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Clark, he's checked in for Memphis. Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. Down low. Here's Daniels. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's Melton. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Tolliver kicks to Valanciunas. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Clark, the pass to Melton. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Murray with it. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Mason Plumlee. A lot of points tonight. What was working so well offensively?
Well, we're sharing the ball so well. It's fun to watch, I'm sure, but we have possessions where every guy might touch the ball almost twice. So when you get movement like that, it's hard to guard, and it's a fun way to play.
You did have the defense on its toes tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.